Howdy FLUFFBUTTS, it's me, FaolanCortez, and I am here with another unscripted discussion. This time it's going to be a little bit different because I think we are all just going to lay back and relax and chill because this is a Q&A. Questions directly from you FLUFFBUTTS and answers straight from me. Plus personally I think it's been a long while since I last did one of these Q&A videos, so I think this is the perfect time. So anywho, I'm going to try and get through as many as I can, so let's begin. What was the first episode of My Little Pony you ever saw? I ever saw, so like the very first one. Well, I can definitely say that that episode was Look Before You Sleep from Friendship is Magic. It was the only episode of MLP that I had on my computer at the time, and when the house went into a blackout, I felt so bored that I was compelled to watch it. And eventually, it brought me here where I am now. I watched too many episodes of G4 and I just continued on and on and on. Oh my gosh, I think I was cursed at that point. Will you ever do reaction videos to Wild Manes? Okay, I've got something to confess, FLUFFBUTTS. I tried to do a reaction video to the first 2 episodes of Wild Manes, and honestly, it was boring. And with the main character doing the same repetitive joke, like the main character doing that, oh, it's a flashback thing, and then we will lead up to that point, and then the whole resolution will be there. To me, I don't really think that that's a good narrative for storytelling, because we already know what the outcome is going to be, and we have to sit through so many minutes of just build-up. It's not really cool. So I don't think that I'm going to be doing reaction videos to Wild Manes anytime soon, but if I was commissioned to do them over on my Patreon page, then I guess I'll give it a go. All the power to you, FLUFFBUTTS, if you're a fan of Wild Manes, but to me, nah, not really. But I'm not gonna bash you if you do love it. So, lovely if you do. Who is your favorite pony in G5? Seriously, FLUFFBUTTS, if you haven't been following my entire channel throughout the past 3 years or so, then who do you think is my favorite pony? It's pretty obvious. What do you like the most about living in the UK? Hope I got the country right. Yes, you did. I live in Britain. Truthfully, I think it's just a really chill country to be in, and you have a lot more freedom and, yeah, free healthcare. That's a plus. I do like the culture here in the UK because we can get some glimpses into medieval times and the old times back in the past. And also, hot take, but I don't really think it is, British food is not that bad. Come on. I think it's just been stereotyped that way for so long that we've just considered it as normal. But come on, try British food for yourselves. It's kind of good. Yeah, living in the UK is a really pleasant experience, and I just feel safe, and I'm very proud to be born here. So yeah, I'm a proud Brit. If you could control one type of animal, what would you pick? Control? What do you mean? Like making them do my bidding and like I have total mental and physical control over them? Well, if I had to choose one, it would have to be rabbits or bun-buns. They're just such adorable creatures, and I would love a house full of them because, yeah, I would be in bunny heaven. Maybe I would invite Eggman round for tea or so. In fact, I would commence the bunny-pocalypse. What other Rainbow Dash focused episodes you don't hate other than Mysterious Mare-do-Well? Yeah, that is a fact, FLUFFBUTTS. I don't hate the Mysterious Mare-do-Well episode. I think it's a really good characterization piece for Rainbow Dash. It makes her less egocentric and it brings her back down to earth in some points. But if I had to pick what other Rainbow Dash centric episodes that I actually like, maybe Thanks for the Memories, 28 Pranks Later, and what was that other Rainbow Dash episode? It's a Daring Do one where she meets a fan and they go on an adventure and then they appreciate together. Oh yeah, Stranger Than Fanfiction. Yes, that is a good one too that I like. So yeah, I don't just hate Rainbow Dash for the lols, I do dislike her, but I can appreciate some episodes with her. Do you have any companions or pets? My family and I actually own one black cat and she is called Smokey, but unfortunately she is approaching her oldest age now of 18, and I don't know, she could be gone anytime soon. We've already lost my other black cat, which was called Crystal. My family used to own so many cats back in the day, and yeah, I think my mum is a bit of a cat person. But yeah, they've all passed away now, leaving only one black cat, so I hope that I can, like, cherish the time that I have with Smokey left. Let's say if Selena Friend was still writing on Tell Your Tale before it got cancelled, do you think at Tell Your Tale Season 2 she would have been the one who wrote Written in the Star Scouts, The Lone Alicorn, and Swingin' a Misty, or even Dragon Dad? Dragon Dad is part of Season 1, mate, just for your information. But oh man, FLUFFBUTTS, I sincerely miss Selena Friend because she was one of the most masterful writers in Tell Your Tale Season 1. So if she did continue on into Season 2, maybe she would have written Written in the Star Scouts and The Lone Alicorn, because I believe that Selena Friend was most capable in writing character beats and like fleshing them out so we can get more history about our characters. So yeah, maybe Written in the Star Scouts would have been a good consideration, but obviously Jessica Silcock and Naomi Smith hold the crown for writing that episode so perfectly. Who do you think will make a return from Gen 5 in Gen 6? I don't hope that anyone from G5 makes a return in G4, or even G4 characters making a return in G6, because I just want something brand new for a change, and something that is completely different from previous generations, so we don't have to depend so much on bland nostalgia just for the sake of marketing and making a budget from merchandise. Come on, Hasbro, do not let me down with this. Do you like King Sombra? Why or why not? Yes, I do like King Sombra, but only him in Season 3, but not in Season 9, because he was written dreadfully in the first two-parter of that series. The slavery undertones that he has for his subjects, and him dominating over the Crystal Empire and turning it all into darkness. Oh man, that was some grim stuff on screen, and I absolutely loved it for him. What makes Hitch your favorite, other than his connections to and or parenting of Sparky and chemistry with Zip? You just had to deter me away from Stormblazer and my obsession with Sparky. But now I don't blame you. But yeah, I do love Hitch Trailblazer so much. He became my instant favorite when I first watched A New Generation. His independence, his bravery, and his ability to work under pressure, well, when it concerns him all alone and not when Sparky is in the picture, because if Sparky was like kidnapped or killed, he would instantly go on a rampage. He's a really kind character in the name of duty, similar to Fluttershy, and also that notion of his for being able to just jump right into danger whenever it requires him, and yeah, his protection over Maritime Bay in Roots of All Evil Part 1, that stuff was outstanding! If you were to rank the major villains, the one who appears in the premieres and finales of Friendship is Magic, what order would they be in and why? Okay, first of all, right at the bottom of the list, Cozy Glow. She is just a stupid villain, I don't care. Next after Cozy Glow, I would have to put Discord. He is very wacky, I'll give him that, and his whole chaos antics as well, they're very funny at times, but truthfully, I don't really like his character, and especially when he got reformed later on in the show. Yeah, that stuff was just so bothersome. Next after Discord, I would have to say the Pony of Shadows. Shadowplay is an underrated finale, and I will stand by that till the day I die, and I absolutely loved the danger that the Pony of Shadows brought in, and the dramatic twist to his character with them being actually a friend of the Pillars. Oh man, that was quite upsetting to watch, if I have to say. But the only reason why this villain is not really at the top of my list is because he's a one-off villain and he didn't really get enough time to be developed more. Next after the Pony of Shadows, I would have to put King Sombra. I've already explained what I like about him, so yeah, we'll move on to the next. After King Sombra, it is Lord T-Rex. Oh boy, the Season 4 finale was explosive and his presence was so evil. And later on in Season 9, teaming up with Cozy Glow and Queen Chrysalis, yeah, he was a good threat too. And his voice acting is really on point. Yeah, he's a really good villain. After T-Rex, I would have to put Starlight Glimmer Unreformed. The Cutie map is the best two-parter in Friendship is Magic. Try and change my mind. The village stuff, the equality, the emptiness and sucking, draining every pony's character, the cutie muck stuff and ripping them away from the pony so that everyone can be equal, and her voice acting again, oh boy, it's devilish and I absolutely love it. She was also excellent in the Cutie Remark finale of Season 5. Oh man, and the way she got reformed, maybe it was a bit fast for my liking, but we all understood what she was going through and we got the brief glimpse into her history. Saying it like that, Starlight Glimmer is probably the best misunderstood villain, but for me, she is like second on my villains tier list. But personally, the most wicked villain of Friendship is Magic, Queen Chrysalis. I don't think I have to explain anything more on that part. Queen Chrysalis is just perfection. And I'm sure many of you FLUFFBUTTS watching will undoubtedly agree with me on that part. Queen Chrysalis is just a monster. If you could live anywhere in Equestria, where would you live? If I had to live anywhere in Equestria, I would say it differs between two locations, Maritime Bay and Zephyr Heights. The shimmering coastline versus the bustling city. Yeah, but if I had to pick one, maybe I would have to say Zephyr Heights. What's your opinion on the My Little Pony live-action movie? Oh yeah, that rumor that Hasbro is supposedly doing a live-action movie for Generation 6. And just, no, I don't want to see that happening. Especially if it's supposed to be a Gen 4 reboot or like a G4X, G5, collaboration. No, that is such a bad idea. And bringing that into live action is just a recipe for disaster. But I can give the live action movie a pass if it's something like a G1 reboot, because you know G1 has humans in it, and yeah, that would probably work in a realistic environment. Or if it's something completely brand new like I just mentioned earlier. Give me that G1 live action movie or a completely different generation instead of just relying on the past. What is your opinion on the Bad Guys movies? Superb movies. I love them to death. Specifically Bad Guys 2. Oh, that just raised the stakes so much higher, and I think the quality of that movie could be comparable to that of Shrek 2. Yes, on that supreme level. Oh my god, I am so hyped up for whenever Bad Guys 3 decides to get made. And if you also want to know my favorite character from Bad Guys, it would have to be either Diane or Webbs. Who would you consider to be the most annoying My Little Pony character? If I have to say which one is annoying, it's unquestionably Twitch from G5. I know I said rabbits are my favorite animal, but I can make one exceptional exception for Twitch. God, I hate him so much. What's your favorite show besides MOP? Okay, I will give a list of my favorite shows besides MOP, and I highly recommend that you check them out. Doctor Who, Black Mirror, Ed, Edd and Eddy, Ben 10, Thunderbirds the original, The Trolls TV show, and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. What is your favorite MLP song? Well, can you guess what it is? Don't Lose Your Groove. I think it's pretty predictable why I think it's my favorite, so I'm not going to elaborate on that any further. Have you ever played an MLP fan game? And if so, which one is your favorite? Oh yes, Twilight Escape. And I've also made 3 videos of me playing that fan game, and whoa, it terrified the heck out of me. So much so that I threw off my headphones at one point. Trust me, I can be a real pussycat when it comes to playing horror games. They are not my best suit. Do you have a favorite Harry Potter ship? Strangely and funnily enough, buddy, I don't ship anyone at all because I didn't really understand the concept of shipping when I was like growing up with the Harry Potter books and the films. But I did kind of like Harry and Luna. I know that shipping preference is so out of the park, but I did kind of like them together when I was like watching the films, but obviously they didn't end up together, so yeah, that fantasy was just ruined. If Misty was in a new generation, which Hollywood actress, in your opinion, would you have voiced her? Oh, this is a fun question to mess about with. If Misty was in a new generation, personally, I think maybe Kiki Palmer, Zoe Kravitz, Prima Ajman, or Sophie Okonedo would have perfectly voiced Misty in my opinion if she was included in the movie. Fantastic actresses those 4 are that I mentioned, and yeah, their work is unmatched. Favorite moment at a convention? Oh, Lightning, I think you do know which one I'm gonna go for. My favorite moment at a convention would have to be at UK PonyCon 2024 when I went on stage in the opening ceremony to announce AJ Bridal, aka Pip Petal's voice actor, actress onto the stage and do that pip pip hooray chant. Oh my goodness, FLUFFBUTTS, you cannot imagine the amount of nervousness and the butterflies in my stomach that I was experiencing in that moment, announcing her name, standing right next to her, and doing that little joke of a banner with Pip on her, like, being small. That was probably the greatest moment I've ever had being in the brony fandom, and getting the privilege to do that. Yeah, I really love it, and I appreciate it so much. And I don't think anything is going to ever peak that. And finally, for the last question, if you had the chance to write the remaining episodes for G5, what stories would you include, and what would you like to see happen with the characters? For example, a certain sheriff, an adventurous princess. Yes, okay, yes, I would include moments of Stormblazer, don't you worry. But it won't just be all about them, of course. I would also include moments of Moon Scout, Alpha Haven, Jockey, and also maybe Posey and more of Windy. Yet, if I was to be included on the writing team, my episodes would be gritty and dark as fuck. Oh my god. I honestly miss the times when MOP wasn't afraid to be visceral on screen with the characters and putting them in such dangerous situations that it would risk their lives. Or maybe sections of possession like what we saw in As the Misty Clears. That is one of the main reasons why I adore that episode so much. Of course, I would keep my scripts family friendly and not overly scary to the point that it's like making children cry, but just about enough to frighten them that it leaves an impression on them. I think that's what makes a good episode in my head. Something that like sticks with them for life and maybe teaches them a better lesson than something that is overly positive just for the sake of the plot. Children these days, I think they just need a proper scare every once in a while. Ooh. Well, FLUFFBUTTS, I think that does just about it for another questions and answers video. I really hope you have enjoyed listening to me answering your questions, and I really did try to answer as much as I can. So if I missed any of yours out, then I'm sorry, but I can only do so much. Which answers were your favorites, FLUFFBUTTS? Do leave them in the comments below and share your thoughts. So FLUFFBUTTS, don't forget to smash that like button down below and comment your thoughts below of what you thought of this whole video, and subscribe to my channel for more stuff like this and many more content coming soon. And also, don't forget to leave a pledge on my Patreon page down in the description below, so you can help support me in making these fantastic videos more consistently. And I shall see you all very soon. Goodbye! And just before this video ends, I want to give a huge thank you to all my patrons on my Patreon. My Silver FLUFFBUTT patrons, Sabrina Wade and Alex Smith, and all my Gold FLUFFBUTT patrons, Drew Lazinski, Clear Heart Apple, Jonathan Chapper, Stephen Cram, Darthsiler22, Owen Wildish, Lance Dragmeyer, The Bluish Pony, and KikiBat VA. All of your love and support is greatly appreciated. Thank you.